The top influencers make it look easy because they have perfected their content creation strategy, which is why in this video I'm gonna put on my detective hat, snoop around behind the scenes and show you how they do it. In my research, I have identified 3 key tactics. And I have to warn you, these 3 tactics will require you to completely change how you create content, but it will be totally worth it if you want your content to succeed. Let's start with one of the biggest problems that new content creators face, and that is consistency. If your content creation strategy is bad, then you're going to have an incredibly hard time staying consistent and posting regularly. But the top influencers and creators on social media, they seem to never run out of content ideas and are posting every single day. How do they do it? Let's have a look at 4 hand-picked examples. The first example is Alanis Colina, who is a travel and photography influencer on Instagram with over 10,000 followers. I went to her blog and found a post where she wrote that she likes to go out for the day and batch create her content. Then I found Tammy Lore, who writes for Buffer, and she specifically mentions that batching is a winning strategy for creating content. And on LinkedIn, I found Guy Kawasaki, a well-known marketing specialist who was responsible for marketing the Macintosh line at Apple, and he too wrote about the importance of batching. And on Reddit, many fans of Casey Neistat, who has over 12 million subscribers on YouTube, they credit batch recording as one of the factors for his consistency and massive success. Have you noticed a similarity? I'm sure it was pretty obvious. It is batching content. Considering how widespread this part of content creation is, I'm surprised how little it is talked about. But behind the scenes, I guarantee that virtually all big content creators are batching their content. What most beginners do is exactly the opposite, trying to create new content every day and posting it on the same day. So the first key tactic for your new winning content creation strategy is batching. And you do that by dedicating 1 day per week to create the content for the entire week. And then you either schedule your posts for the rest of the week, or you can manually post them every day. For Twitter, for example, I use a tool called Slappo. On Sunday, I write the tweets for the entire week and I schedule them inside Slappo. Then I don't have to worry about coming up with new tweets every day. All I have to do is open Twitter, reply to my comments, and find other accounts to engage with, and it makes it incredibly easy to stay consistent. Batching alone will have a massive impact on your consistency. And all you have to do is dedicate 1 day per week to creating all your content and then stick to this routine. The second tactic is about where to get your content ideas from. I think that far too often we try to come up with content ideas almost out of thin air, or we think that we have to be creative to get great content ideas. Let's see what the best content creators and top influencers do. Pay attention to the next 4 examples. Here is Alexander Cortez, a fitness influencer with over 45,000 followers on Instagram and almost 200,000 followers on Twitter. In this Instagram reel here, he answers a question about drinking alcohol on weekends. And in this Twitter post, he answers a frustration that he hears a lot. It's for people who only have time to train 2 days per week. Now let's look at the third example, Jake C, who is a videographer with over 5.5 million subscribers on YouTube, where he approaches a food stand owner and asks if he can film him while barbecuing. And finally, here is Buildapreneur, a big YouTuber in the affiliate marketing niche with over 200,000 subscribers, where he answers a question called, how do people get rich? Do you know what's going on here? These successful content creators, they're all engaging with their audience. It is obvious that they pay close attention to what their audience is asking, curious about, or frustrated with, and they answer these topics in their content. There is a big problem though for people who start with a small or new account. And the problem is that you probably don't get a lot of comments or questions. There is a simple fix, however. All you have to do is find bigger accounts in your niche and then look at what their audience is asking, what they're curious about or frustrated with, because their audience is your future audience. For example, if you are also in the fitness niche and you see people in Alexander's comments asking about drinking on the weekends, then you can take that comment and answer it in your next social media post. Now on to the third and final tactic. This tactic is a really big one, and it will completely change how you view your content. And you will have to change your mindset to implement this tactic effectively. The best way for me to explain this is with a quote from Gary Vee's blog, who mastered this tactic. He wrote, "I document what I do and that itself becomes what I can post on social media. What most new or small content creators do is the exact opposite. They research a topic and teach it. The tips may be valuable for sure, and of course some people appreciate the free education, but this is not the content that will inspire people to connect with you, engage with you, and even work with you. You will notice that all the biggest content creators and top influencers do something differently. They document what they do. In other words, they walk the talk and then they share their experiences or lessons learned. See, people want to learn from someone who is doing things. They want to see you try something, maybe succeed, maybe fail. That's not even the point. But you share all that in your content, or you even just share the process or your emotions while you're on the journey. That's why I said earlier, it takes a big mental shift to truly implement this tactic effectively. Stop researching and teaching, start doing and documenting. I have one more bonus tip for you that I haven't shared with anyone else yet because I've only recently started doing this. But first, a quick overview of the 3 winning tactics that I found by studying the top content creators and influencers. Number 1, batch create. And 1 day per week, create all the content for the week. Number 2, engage with your audience. Reply to your audience's questions and frustrations. Engage with them as much as you can and in many other ways you can think of. And number 3, the big one, document what you do. Stop teaching abstract theories. Instead, document what you do and share your lessons learned. Alright, here's something new that's helping me with my content creation strategy. For the last 4 months of the year, I am building a strict daily writing habit. For this purpose, I've printed out this calendar here that I designed in Canva, and every day when I write, I mark it with a cross. The goal is to keep the chain of crosses going all the way until the end of the year. It's almost like a little game, and I find it incredibly motivating to see the chain of crosses grow with each day. As I said, I've designed this myself in Canva, and if you want to have the exact same calendar, then you can download it from my website on CreateGrowProfit.com/calendar, or you can click the link below this video. And if you want to know why writing every day is so important for my marketing, then you need to watch this video here with my 10 no BS marketing tips, which is one of the best strategies for coaches, consultants, and service providers. I'm Morris from CreateGrowProfit. If you found this helpful, please like the video and subscribe to my channel.